You know, in the history of variety shows, there's been a lot of good shows, a lot of medium shows, a lot of bummers. Well, when this variety show was announced, a lot of people thought it was going to do well. Now, it was supposed to be a 2-year contract, but it ended up being 1 year variety show. And the money that was paid to the number one star of the show was just unheard of at the time. Now, Dolly is an American variety show starring, of course, the great Dolly Parton that aired on ABC from September 87 to May 88. Guest stars included Tammy Wynette, Merle Haggard, Tyne Daly, Bruce Willis, Emmylou Harris, Linda Ronstadt, Little Richard, Tom Petty, Juice Newton, Tom Selleck, the Neville Brothers, Dudley Moore, and Oprah Winfrey. Tyne Daly's appearance on the show, which he sang a duet with Parton, directly led to Daly being cast as the lead role in the '89 Broadway revival of Gypsy. Now, the opening theme was Baby I'm Burning, created by Sandy Gallen and Parton. Number of episodes, 22. Running time, 60 minutes. Now, it was kind of an unofficial sequel to our first show in 1976 called Dolly. Now, this was an attempt at a traditional variety show featuring music, comedy skits, and various guest stars. It had been roughly a decade since the last successful variety shows. The Carl Burnett Show, the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour, and Cher had gone off the air, and was regarded as a gamble to try to revive the genre. Now, on March 23rd, 87, ABC announced that he signed Parton to star in the series, set to begin airing in the fall. Banking on Parton's talent and appeal, ABC reportedly paid her, get this, $44 million. This was 1987 money, which is like $130 now, for a 2-year contract. To bolster the odds, they brought in veteran variety show writers Buddy Sheffield, John Aylesworth, Jack Burns, and producer Nick Vanoff. Parton also hired then relatively unknown Brett Butler as one of the writers. Bruce Valanche and Fannie Flagg were also on the writing staff. The series began production on August 14th, and the first episode premiered on September 22nd, ranking top 5 in Nielsen's. Now, in '76, Parton had starred a successful syndicated variety show, also entitled Dolly, that she left after one season due to overwork and creative disputes. ABC offered Parton more creative control for the series and promoted it as Dolly, Dolly's Way. Though most of the show's episodes were filmed at ABC studio in LA, a number of special episodes were filmed on location, including Hawaii, New Orleans, Nashville, and a Thanksgiving episode in Parton's hometown of Sevierville, Tennessee. Following a steadily decline in ratings, ABC TV announced that it had canceled the series on May 23rd, 88, 16 days after the last episode aired. Now, with nearly 40 million viewers, the first episode of Dolly attracted the largest audience for any TV series premiere. It was acknowledged that a great deal of talented work went into producing the show, but initially high ratings during the first few episodes steadily declined, and despite many format changes and other attempts to create interest, ratings did not improve. Halfway through the run, Parton, who retained creative control over the show, took command and jettisoned many of the lavish, splashy segments that she felt were not working in favor of a more down-home feel. By this time, however, many of the initial viewers had already stopped watching. Now, it wasn't a big hit internationally and didn't really do big ratings in Canada. But the idea about the show, it was a great concept, because Dolly Parton, everybody likes Dolly Parton. Now, the opening theme song was Parton's '78 hit "Baby I'm Burning," later replaced with "Hold Down Showdown." As with her 1976 series, Parton closed each episode with her signature song, "I Will Always Love You." So this was again before Whitney Houston's big version. Now, the first episode included Fannie Flagg as one of the key writers, with Dudley Moore, Hulk Hogan, Paul Reubens as Pee Wee Herman, Oprah Winfrey, and Myriad Koch. Now, second episode was Burt Reynolds, Alabama, and Whoopi Goldberg. Then third one, Bruce Willis, Emmylou Harris, Linda Ronstadt, and Daniel Rosen. Episode 4, Patti LaBelle, Patrick Duffy, Christine Ebersol, and the Flying Karamazov brothers. Guest stars, episode 5, Kermit the Frog, Delta Burke, Terrence Trent D'Arby, and Oak Ridge Boys, typical variety show. Number 6, Ned Beatty, Jackie Harry, John Lovitz, and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Now, the Tennessee Mountain Thanksgiving included various members of the family. Episode 8 was Juice Newton, Jerry Reed, Frank Oz as Miss Piggy. Number 9, the Smothers Brothers, Alice Beasley, Louis Nye, and Willie Nelson. Number 10, the Great Mac Davis, Burl Ives, Joanna Barnes, Robert Mandan, and the Peppercorn Players. Number 11, Joe Piscopo, Ricky Skaggs, and Tammy Wynette. That was a great episode. Number 12, Mary Hart, Holly Dunn, Brett Butler, and Merle Haggard. Number 13, her partner in crime, Kenny Rogers, James Gregory, and Charles Durning. Number 14, Tom Jones, Lee Majors, Paul Rodriguez, and the MacArthurs. Number 15, Glenn Campbell, Brenda Lee, Lee Horsley, Exile, and Ann Madison. Number 16, this was an event in Hawaii with a whole bunch of different performers. Now, number 17, Barbara Mandrell, Smokey Robinson, The Temptations, and Tom Selleck. Number 18, Tyne Daly, Randy Travis, Rich Little, and Nell Carter. Number 19 was Nashville Memories at the Grand Ole Opry with Porter Wagner, Fred Foster, Buck Trent, Farron Young, Ralph Embry, Bill Owens, Curly Putman, Bill Phillips, Jimmy C. Newman, Bill Carlisle, Johnny Russell, Chet Atkins, Minnie Pearl, Jan Howard, Skeeter Davis, Jean Pruitt, Gene Shepard, Del Wood, Norma Jean, Kitty Wells, Stella Parton, her sister, Roy Eyre, Carl Acuff, and Bill Monroe. Now, number 20, Bob Hope, Frank Oz Miss Piggy, Loretta Swit, and Jerry Lee Lewis. Now, the New Orleans event, Doug Kershaw, George Kirby as Louis Armstrong, Pete Fountain, Irma Thomas, Alan Tousineau, the Dixie Cups, the Neville Brothers, Dr. John, Good Rockin', Dope Scene, the Twisters, and Paul Prudhomme. Number 22, Loretta Lynn, Dabney Coleman, Mike Snyder, and Jackie Mason. I apologize, I said Little Richard was an episode. I think he was, but it might have been just a special. I apologize for that. Now, Time Life released the 19-disc box set, the Ultimate Collection Deluxe Edition in 2020. It features a selection of 16 episodes of the series, marking the first time the episodes from the series have been released on DVD. 15 of the 16 episodes include are heavily edited due to copyright issues. Now, the idea about this is opening up for Tyne Daly. This was sort of like a combination of the old Johnny Cash, seasonal specials. But what really stood out for a lot of people was the Kenny Rogers episode, because she did Islands in the Stream with Kenny. Now, they had Dolly and Kenny had a short Q&A session with the audience. Kenny eventually presented Dolly with a birthday cake and leaves the audience in singing Happy Birthday to Me. Now, Dolly and Kenny did a medley of songs, including We've Got Tonight, Anyone Who Isn't Me Tonight, I Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer, and Real Love. Now, of course, the great Charles Durning guest stars in different, skits anyway, and especially he did the best Little Whorehouse in Texas together, so obviously that moves on. But the Tom Jones one was pretty good. He did a medley of songs, including She's a Lady, Delilah, What's New Pussycat, Without Love, It's Not Unusual. And she does a duet with him on Green Green Grass on Home. Now, the Lee Majors also appears as well, looking as handsome as usual. So these are some of the key, but everybody that was Hollywood country back in the day were on the show. Now, I don't think the show was a failure. I think basically it was just a little bit past its time. If this would have been 78 to 81, by the time 87 was going, you're getting, multiple CMT events and all that, country music television. But I mean, Dolly, no matter what, if you can find the episodes again online, they're quite good. So that's my take on the Dolly Parton 87 TV variety show, not the syndicated series. If you like what you're doing here with our vintage TV podcast, let us know in a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.